Cheers folks and welcome to my channel. It's Alliance War number 6 in season number 6 and we have met Jokers and Foloki earlier this week, and now third war is another big one. It's La Grande Dame of the contest, or the Mother of Whales. It's Awakened, the former top alliance, which ever since Alliance Wars have been introduced, maybe has, slacked a little. Fighting skill-wise, I'd say maybe not top 5, but clearly one of the toughest defenses there out there, due to simply them having a lot of champions and a lot of rank 5 champions. Now, I can already warn you, this will be my worst war video that I've posted so far. You have just these days where nothing really works, or things do not work exactly the way they should work. So be prepared for that, but still I'm gonna walk you through and I'm gonna explain exactly what I do and why I do. My team for this war was Corvus Glaive, Proxima and Hyperion. Again, I was on path 1 in the first section, Hyperion for the poison node, and then pretty much Corvus for the rest of the path. And in the upper section 2, I will take the lower path and the mini-boss. But starting off on the left side, to the first node, actually node number 1. Usually it's really a warm-up node. Here it's a rank 4 skilled champion. And as always in these wars, every death counts. Again, meaning that we boost. Even though it's a small boost to start with, so saving up the bigger boosts for later when the fights get tougher. And it's a node that has 200% attack, 100% health, and enhanced fury abilities. So, usually nothing too difficult, nothing too much to worry about. And it also turned out to be a Gwenpool. Gwenpool, who has very easy to evade specials, her special 1 or her special 2, so it doesn't really matter. I just do my regular parry, stun and 5 combo and wait for her to fire off her special 1 so that I can evade and basically counter attack right away, which I do here. And then the only thing I forgot in the end was about her special signature ability, which means that here after use of a special she doesn't die. And then I just stopped fighting. And then she fired off her special 1 and I got incinerated. And that was the first stupid mistake from me on that path. So never again make that mistake. If you're fighting a Gwenpool, don't kill her with a special. You can't kill her with a special unless you inflict some kind of bleed damage or poison damage or whatever. So lesson learned. I didn't, of course, die, but still, it's costing potions, which is also just as annoying. And then the next node, node 19, I had to do next morning actually, because we matched pretty late for me European time, so I was only able to take down Gwenpool in the evening and then had to take the rest in the morning. And the first one is node 19, is typical critical node, enhanced critical buffs, critical rate, critical damage, critical abilities. So everything that's critical is enhanced. And a usual 175% attack and health boost. And a rank 4 Mystic. So Mystic is always a bit tricky against Corvus Glaive, but I'd say as long as it's not a Symbiote Supreme or a Mephisto, it's absolutely manageable. And it turned out to be a Hood. Hood, clearly always let him fire off his special 1. Don't let him get to his special 2. That's the only risk really, so that he turns invisible and then it's a bit annoying to fight him. But ever since Mystic Dispersion has been nerfed, he also can't gain a lot of power, so it's totally fine to just let him fire off his special 1, evade his special 1 and then counter attack, and then he's down eventually. So also not too difficult, that fight, and actually that fight was without any mistake. And then moving on directly to the poison node, the famous poison node number 25. And the reason why I didn't bring Nebula is because in that current setup with the synergies with Proxima, she would have had the electro charges, 10 electro charges from the start. And this rank 4 mutant champion I'm facing here is, because of the persistent charge, supposedly a bishop. And node 25 doesn't only have the poison, inflicting poison ability, but also that node has 250% extra attack. So if I attack with Nebula and by accident parry stun Bishop, because of the electro charges, he would gain a lot of his power, his prowess charges. And that would make him very, very strong and very, very dangerous, especially because of that attack boost that's on this node, which is why in the end I decided not to bring Nebula, but to bring Hyperion. Also here, I don't use the special one, because also the special one does fuel Bishop's prowess charges, so I tend to stick to use the special 2. Unfortunately, I don't stun him with a special 2, but still it's not a big problem. I let him fire off his special 1, even if he hits me with his energy damage, even if he hits my block. It's not a big problem. I take some scratches, but, you know, again, I always say it's fine to take some scratches as long as you don't die. And because I knew this was the only fight that I would need Hyperion for, it also didn't matter because I didn't have to heal him up afterwards. And then I waited again, I moved forward and waited again till I had 5 energy, so that I could move forward straight until the mini-boss. And on node 41 is also a enhanced bleed, bloodletting, and 175% extra health and attack champion boost. And here the misery started, because I knew this was going to be a Miles Morales. And of course, with Corvus Glaive and Proxima Synergy, I wanted to have that True Strike. True Strike, here he already evaded, so the next thing I had to do is hit him with my special or with my heavy attack. So in the beginning I was still patient, now I have the special ready, and here I wanted to fire it off and I didn't hit the special button. I missed the special button, which means that I basically was too slow. Because of course that champion was also placed with Limber, Max Limber. Then on top he hit me with a combo and actually activated his special ability, which then stunned me. And I was almost down, and then finally managed to get my special on him and get that True Strike. Otherwise I probably would have died during that fight. So it was an awful fight, it was a terrible fight. I had to use a lot of potions afterwards, but at least, and that's the only upside, I didn't die. Learning from this, I should have, paid more attention to, firing off the special at the right moment and early enough, and not miss the button and then try to then fire it off afterwards, which was already too late, because then of course it missed Miles Morales. So rather than wait, if you missed the opportunity, rather wait, block him again and try another time. That would have saved me a lot of potions for this fight. And then the next fight, node number 45, is a typical critical node. A lot of enhanced crit buffs, as you can see also. And it's a Yondu, so you have to pay a little bit attention that you let him attack only with his medium dash attacks, because those you can block, those you can parry stun, and then get him to a special 1, evade a special 1. Here you see how you block his medium attack, and then evade a special 1. And the good thing now with Corvus, I at least had 1 charge already from the evading Spider-Man. You also get him down within those 20 glaive charges, and don't get him to fire off another special 1. And because it's been attack champ, that was the second persistent charge that I gained with Corvus Glaive. And moving forward to node 47. Node 47 is also enhanced critical boosts, and also a special 1 node, means starts with 1 bar of power, plus the special 1 is unblockable, does increase damage, and basically you have to make sure that you try to avoid getting hit by that special one, and that is also the reason why I took now the invulnerability boost, also to have this boost for this fight and then also for the next mini-boss fight. Very important. And the good thing, and that was the mistake from Awaken, from MMX actually, because they placed Miles Morales earlier, I already had the True Strike now. So from the beginning of the fight, Spider-Man can't evade. And because I have already 2 charges now, he doesn't even get to his next special one because I get him down before that. So that was actually a defense mistake by MMX to place 2 Spider-Mans behind each other and a tech champion on top in addition to that. Because that made that fight against Spider-Man so much easier with Corvus Glaive because I already had True Strike. So that may be to bear in mind if you place defense next time. That with a Corvus Glaive, you have to make sure, okay, and you have to be a bit strategic about who you place where. And then I moved advanced to the next one, which is Archangel on the mini-boss node. Also an enhanced special 1 node, unblockable, enhanced damage. It's stun immune, Archangel is stun immune, and the usual champion boost, which is plus 500% health and plus 200% attack. And I still had my invulnerability boost, which was good, plus 2 persistent charges and the usual cosmic 200% boost and the 30% greater champion boost. And then what you do is you have him hit your block, let him basically fire off his heavy attack. Once he has fired off his heavy attack, which you evade, of course, you counter attack. And what's important to know again about Archangel on this node, because it's unblockable special 1, is only his first punch. This one is unblockable. The shots afterwards, those you can evade, and if you time it right, you can actually evade and directly counterattack. Here, evade and directly counterattack. My suggestion, that's what I always do, is I let his first shot hit my block of his special attack. So I evade the first punch, then I let his first shot hit my block, and then I evade the second shot, and then I can directly counterattack. Then I'm close enough to Archangel to counterattack. If you're evading both shots, you might be too far away from Archangel to directly counterattack. That's just a small tip how to evade and counterattack Archangel special 1. And with that, I was done with my path. So what was good, the upside, I did not die on my path. But I could have definitely saved a lot of potions. First against Gwenpool and then against Miles Morales, which were both, let's say, not the most optimal fights. But okay, at the end of the day, the result counts, and the result was 0 death. And the other result that counted even more so was that we won this war also. And with this, we are now back to 5 streaks, and we are still in the race for a top 3 position. It's very tight this season, a lot of alliances actually battling between rank 3, rank 2, 3 and rank 10. So it's going to be a tough end of the season, and I think also everybody is a bit tired. Everybody feels that it's only been 1 week of off-season, but it's what it is, and even more so it will be now over Christmas and New Year's also, the Alliance War season. So I'd hope that maybe Kabam will have some better planning for next year and also for the next Alliance War season to come. And with that, I'm done with my video. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to give it a like. If you are new to the channel and would like to see more war videos like this in the future, hit the subscribe button, and I hope to see you very soon on my channel. Cheers, folks.